Hello, and welcome to this week's PennEnergy News Update. I'm Hilton Price. Sapem's jackup drilling rig Perro Negro 6 has sunk offshore Angola. The rig began to tilt on July 1st after the collapsing of seabed under one of the legs and capsized and sunk later that night. All personnel were evacuated from the rig. However, since then, one person has been reported missing. A Sapem emergency response team is working with the Angolan authorities and a full investigation is underway. Azerbaijan is welcoming the announcement by the Shah Deniz Consortium to select the Trans-Adriatic Pipeline to transport Azerbaijani natural gas from the Trans-Anatolian Pipeline into Europe. Azerbaijan has advocated for diverse and competitive markets to ensure energy security in Europe and the region, and the country's leaders believe this decision is an important step toward achieving that goal. As project implementation begins, the country plans to work with international partners to promote market development and further infrastructure projects. BP announced it has completed commissioning and startup of its new 250,000 barrel per day crude distillation unit at the Whiting refinery. Construction of the Whiting refinery upgrade project is more than 95% complete. BP expects to commission a new 105,000 barrel per day gas oil hydrotreater, a large 102,000 barrel per day coker, and other associated units in the second half of 2013. When all of the new equipment is in full operation, the refinery will have the ability to significantly increase heavy sour crude processing to roughly 80% of its overall crude run. Statoil announced it has assumed operatorship for all activities in the eastern part of its Eagle Ford assets in Texas. The Statoil-operated activities fall mainly within Live Oak, Karnes, DeWitt, and Bee counties. Statoil entered into the Eagle Ford shale in 2010 through a 50-50 joint venture with Talisman Energy. Last year, the companies agreed that Statoil, through a phased transition, would take responsibility for operations in the eastern half of the asset. Enbridge has confirmed the return to service of the northern segment of the Athabasca pipeline between Fort McMurray and Cheecham. Enbridge had shut down several pipelines that shared a corridor with Line 37 when a release was discovered there. Enbridge is continuing further geotechnical analysis at the site. Once that analysis is complete, Enbridge will identify and implement any necessary mitigation measures to protect against further incidents. Thank you for joining us this week. For these stories and more, head to PennEnergy.com.